Welcome to this week's Lead with Purpose Friday Digest. I was sitting in my family room on Saturday morning and came across an article in the Wall Street Journal that I think impacts us all. We all are feeling, as a matter of fact, there's not one business that I work with, that we work with as an organization, that is not feeling the impact of the labor market right now. The last thing you want to do is lose great talent. And Marcus Buckingham wrote this article that talked about the unintended impact of the annual performance review on great talent. He described this woman whose name is Gina that worked in California for a company that was a model employee. She came to work every day, checked in, worked very hard, was such a model that they used her as an example for all the other employees on how to work. In the annual review process, as they did it, they gave her a 3 instead of a 1 or 2. In other words, she was a little bit above average. It was 1 out of 7 that they were ranking people. They gave her a 3. She was disappointed, despondent, and eventually quit the company. Now, for years, I've been opposed to the annual review process. I think it's clunky. I don't think it works well for either the employees or the bosses who have to do those reviews. It's very difficult to take the time to do it well. I'm going to offer 2 suggestions that you can work with today. One is a monthly one-to-one. In that one-to-one, you can do 3 things. First of all, you can have people talk about how they're performing. It's their time, it's their meeting. It's not your meeting time to be prescriptive. So first question is, how are things going? How are you doing? How are you doing against your expectations and goals? The second part of the meeting is for them to kind of ask you about any firefighting items where they may need your help. You can fire back at them and ask them to solve it or offer some insight, but I do think it's just the time for you to work with them. The third thing, and the most important thing, is to talk with people about how they're doing. How are they doing based on their career? How are they doing with their other coworkers? How do they feel about what they're able to accomplish, the purpose of the organization? This all can take place in a half hour. They take the notes. The notes describe who's going to do what, and they're the basis of your next one-to-one a month later. Marcus Buckingham, in his online article in the Wall Street Journal, talks about a second idea, which is a 15-minute check-in every week. When you have remote employees, when you have people you're not seeing all the time, a quick check-in to take their temperature, ask them how they feel, has proven with thousands of interviews being done, thousands of interviews by Deloitte, to improve engagement of employees that otherwise would have felt disengaged and possibly leave. So think about your annual review process. I'm going to suggest you might trash that and go to a monthly or a weekly review process. As a leader, you need to pay attention to employees today differently than you ever did before. I really think this will make a difference for you. Take a look below. I always look for things that will help you become a more purposeful leader and produce better results for your organization. Thank you.